Expos fan.
Oh, God.
Hello.
That's a sick intro, dude.
It's which one? Mine or the first one?
No, the no holds barred one.
Yes, I know. It's
really good.
The first time I
together.
Huh?
Did you put that together?
No, Bobby did.
Oh,
Bobby's amazing.
That's sweet.
Yeah,
Credit to
Bobby. So Bobby messaged the guy that had that soundtrack. He said, "Hey, look, I have a wrestling podcast. Is it okay if we use it?" He guy apparently was like, "Yeah, go ahead. I don't care. Take it." So
awesome.
We now have it as our intro. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my camera's starting to get fuzzy, but I don't care. Welcome to the #1 wrestling podcast in the world, right here on the FinTalk Sports Network. I, of course, am your gracious host, Alex Money Brown. Alfred's going to be here a little bit later, but I am joined by a SummerSlam panel tonight. Okay. SummerSlam, probably I would say it's my second or third favorite pay-per-view.
That music, SummerSlam music that Linda McMahon ended up using as her theme song. I love that music. That's awesome music.
But I am joined by Mr. Michael Vogel. Welcome back, sir.
Yeah, let's rock and roll, baby.
Mr. Dave Stay, you're here for the third time in a row.
That's right.
Brett had car issues. He couldn't make it tonight, but it's okay.
No, blame him. Dirty Air Force. God.
And then making his no-holds-barred return, Mr. Little Tokyo, who bitched at me. He was like, "Oh, I don't get an invite to the show that I'm producing." I should have been like, "No."
You made him wait even longer.
I should have just been like, "No." Instead, I was nice to my Jewish brother, and I sent him the script, and I said, "We're good. We're good." But welcome back, sir.
Great to be here.
Guys, we've got a lot to talk about tonight. A certain pay-per-view going on this weekend, like I mentioned, SummerSlam. But the first thing that I do want to get into is this past Monday night, yours truly is now a celebrity.
That's right.
Because if you watch Monday Night Raw and you watch very closely, I was on the entrance ramp right there, which was by far one of the coolest experiences I have ever had being a wrestling fan, because after the show was done, Evan, you're going to be really jealous of this. I got to hug Sami Zayn.
Awesome.
I mean, he was all sweaty and stuff, but I was like this, and I was like, I'm not letting go.
I'm going to have to go back and watch it now because I completely forgot that you were on there.
He lives 50 minutes away from me, buddy.
So I'm going to have to go back and watch it.
It was by far one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. Yeah. By the way, being down low, I'm right next to where all the fireworks are. It is loud. It is loud. But it was so much fun. Like, I touched Rhea Ripley's shoulder, and I'm not washing this hand ever again.
Only one thing's going to happen with that hand, but that's about it.
Yeah. Hey, PG-13, buddy. PG-13,
it's okay.
Buddy.
It's okay.
Teenagers do that, so I can say it.
Teenagers do it. They do, because I work with teenagers. Although I'm going to clean off this camera.
But you want to hear something crazy in Canada? Do you know that they're banning flavored vapes from the country? They're banning flavored vapes from my country.
They need to ban vapes altogether because they ruin your body.
But they're randomly. We're banning vapes.
So it's like, I have a strawberry vape. Nope. You must have a regular one.
Exactly.
You get regular nicotine.
So was that your first time you've ever sat that low?
Yes. Well, no. Ryan Rousset, who used to be on the show with us, We bought floor seats one time because we got a steal because it was $150 each, and it was like on the back end of the announce table, off to the right, like the third or fourth row. So that was technically my second time, but that was my first time ever sitting literally right there. Where, like, and I rewatched Raw because I taped it. I taped Raw and SmackDown, and I'm like, oh my god, that's me. Oh my god, that's me. Oh my god, that's me. And if you go back and you watch Shinsuke Nakamura after he wins, and they show him on the railing, like, there's a guy in the background doing this. It's me. And I'm going like this, like the entire time. I'm just like jamming. I'm the only guy you can see doing that. And
what a dumb feud that is. I don't understand that feud for my life.
Well, I mean, that's because they had the Shinsuke Tommaso Ciampa fight because of the Battle Royal this weekend. That's the only thing. That's why they're having LA Knight and Sheamus fight tomorrow night. Trust me, we're going to talk about this Battle Royal. But no, so when my friends had texted me saying, hey, what did you just say to Seth? Because the camera caught it. Because apparently the camera was on Seth and the sound was low. And whatever I yelled at Seth, the camera caught. And I was like, no way. So I went back and rewatched it. And I apologize for the viewers. I'm about to curse. It was when Seth was punching Dom in the face. And I said, fuck him up, Seth! Fuck him up!
That's awesome.
And the camera catches it. I go, oh my God.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
But have y'all ever been to a wrestling event where you get to do like something like that?
When I was very young, but it's been like it was like 20 years.
Yeah.
I was at the WCW WWE Survivor Series, four rows from ringside.
Oh my God.
Got the chair to prove it.
Oh, see, that's my next goal is I want to get one of those chairs.
It was very cool experience. It was expensive as hell back then.
Oh, I'm sure.
Even more so.
Yeah,
now.
no, I like it. As I've shared with you, Alec, my greatest memory, the worst memory, but the greatest thing to be at, because it was the day that the WWE broke my heart and told me that, man, everything is really, really theater, was the Montreal Screwjob. I was 10 rows back, dead center.
Oh, you were there.
Watching that. I was there. Montreal, 1998. I've never experienced anything like that. You knew that match, something was off before the match even started.
Yeah.
You could sense it. The feel in the room, like the building was so tense. And when that happened, there was a riot outside. There was a riot outside our arena after this match. It was like the amount of disdain the WWE took, especially that night after that show. Like the ring, you could not see the mat of the ring after it went off air. The ring was covered in garbage. Anything that we had to throw at the ring, we threw at the ring. So it was insane. It
was crazy because so basically what happened is we would be sitting down, and then as soon as the match would end, you'd everyone would start running to the railing because while the match is going on,
security saw you running back and forth.
Yeah, security tells you have to go stay down because they're recording and all that stuff. So literally, and I'll be running, and I'm not gonna push a little kid out the way if he's on the railing, because there was one kid that was actually sitting there who had a full-on Cody Rhodes outfit, like the robe. He had Dream tattooed on his chest, like a fake tattoo, and his hair was like the same color as Cody's. I was like, dude, you deserve to be up here.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna do that. And then there was this dad with his little girl. I'm not gonna block them from getting a chance to do that. I'm not an asshole. I mean, I am, but
No,
there was
only an Astros fan.
I might sidekick him. Just saying.
I mean, there was a guy that was trying to get through, and I blocked him. He was trying to get around me. I said, "No, sir, no. There's not enough room over here. Sorry, you're gonna have to go back over there. Sorry."
But you get to. Yeah.
Go ahead. No.
I was gonna say that you realize when you go to these shows how truly passionate people are about.
Yeah.
Like we're passionate. All of us here are passionate WWE, AEW wrestling fans. But when you're in a show, people take it. People forget that it's
and the other thing you forget is you see the moves on TV. When you hear the chops, I mean Gunther's chops, holy shit.
Yeah. They leave welts.
Oh, yeah. Chad Gable's chest was red. Oh I mean, his were the loudest out of any chop I've ever heard.
By the way, he's phenomenal. By the way, they actually passed this thing. Someone put up a really interesting graphic that I follow. Are they pushing the wrong Gable? Are they, because they're trying to push Gable Stevenson over Chad Gable, and I don't get that, man. I don't get the whole thing with Stevenson. Chad Gable is a phenomenal athlete.
And his match against Gunther was phenomenal. I was not expecting him to last that long at all. But let's go ahead. Let's talk about our first topic of the night, which was our live show. But Vince McMahon was served with a subpoena. Exactly. Mazel tov. Thank you.
Oh, waste of space.
Stager, go ahead. Take it away. What's your thoughts?
I mean, he deserves everything he's getting.
Yeah.
I love it. Vince is way overdue for this. He's been getting away with his stuff way too long. I am all for him. When I've read he got subpoenaed, I'm like, yes, come on, put this through. The guy has gotten away with so much stuff. And all the wrestlers that have come out of WWE, especially the female wrestlers, and said what has happened over the last couple decades, it's been ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to get him out. We thought we were done with him, but he came back.
Yeah, Vogel. I think he's suspended for 2 months or something like that.
Yeah. Fill me in, because I saw it, but I haven't had a chance. So
I think I have the full.
Let me go back and look, because I looked at it earlier and I did a quick glance.
So Vince subpoena.
He's also taking a medical leave. Poor guy had spinal surgery.
Whatever.
Yep, right here. Vince McMahon served subpoena before medical leave.
Yeah.
That's the perfect time.
Federal law enforcement agents executed a search warrant and subpoenaed World Wrestling Entertainment Executive Chairman Vince McMahon last month as part of an investigation into claims of sexual misconduct. U.S. regulators and federal agents also demanded that WWE hand over certain documents. WWE has not been charged with, or McMahon has not been charged with a crime. WWE and McMahon did not immediately.
They might make him sell. Like, you never know. They're going to pressure him.
I mean, like, but
I think he did this with Dana.
Like, yeah, that's all right. What do you think he did to deal with? But like, so Vogel, just you've noticed the change when Vince is there between when Vince is not there. Okay. Now that Vince is on medical leave, where the WWE should only be going up now, especially with SummerSlam this weekend.
Triple H back in charge. Please.
I mean, when you look at the WWE product overall, I've just been really discouraged with the storytelling. The only thing that I've been invested with over the last several months has been the Bloodline situation.
Yeah.
And everything else, just like the whole Judgment Day and pushing them as the next big faction. Like, it doesn't feel natural. Like, it feels like forced. Like things. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it feels like there's just a bunch of things that they're forcing down your throat. So hopefully with Triple H back in charge, we get some of the younger guys getting their pushes that they're due and having a better flow to things.
Right.
Like when he had NXT, man, there were storylines all across the board.
Because it was the black and gold NXT was good.
Yeah. Yeah. I enjoyed watching it, but the 2.0 has been awful.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's 2.0 anymore. They reverted.
Now
they got
like the NXT Neon or whatever it is.
I don't know.
Any show with Baron Corbin is a bust.
So here's the thing: is they're sending back these wrestlers back down to NXT because there's nothing for them on the main roster. Like Baron Corbin just kept losing all the time on the main roster. Now he's losing in NXT to Gable Stevenson.
Why is Judgment Day there? I don't get why
Judgment Day was there, like putting the title on Dom was stupid, in my opinion.
So I got a thing for that. I think when Baron Corbin tried to evolve in this bald-headed like character he's in now, it's stupid. When he was the lone wolf, it was good. He was actually worth watching. Yeah. And that's probably Vince that went ahead and have him shave off his hair and said, okay, here you go. We're going to try and give you this like egotistical guy instead of the big brawler, which he's a former, I believe, silver Golden Gloves.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin. Yeah, he used to box and he's a former football player.
And he's a former football player. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got
Cardinals.
plenty of talent. Yeah, he's got plenty of talent. Well, the Colts too. That's why McAfee was picking.
Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah.
And I just feel like he's being wasted in NXT, and he's got potential. And there's so many storylines that he can be put into. Or if he joined up with a faction, or if he joined up with a tag team, especially with an up and coming guy, and he's kind of like the side hype guy or something, it would work because he's a mouth guy.
Yeah.
Like they might be able to rebrand him similar to what they did. The reason why Drew McIntyre is so popular now is when Dolph Ziggler was doing well, and at the time they built him up that way. Like he sort of needs to be that guy behind the guy, and then you sort of want to see him come to the forefront. It's not the rest of the time. It's been a lot of the acts they've been doing has been very, very forced, and that's what's been hard.
So
yes, Ryan, that is 100%.
Almost like a Diesel Shawn Michaels type thing. Have him be the hype man for, whoever you're going to push to the world title, and then just he can be the muscle behind it, and then eventually push him into the top tier.
Yeah. So Evan, back to the whole Vince thing. Now that Vince is gone, if you're Triple H and you have SummerSlam this weekend, how are you telling the company, okay, now that my father-in-law is gone, what can I do to make this weekend probably one of the best weekends ever?
For me, title changes.
Okay.
I really think like the whole Austin Theory thing. I'm really convinced that Austin Theory is what he is because of Vince.
Yeah.
I think he was hyped up way too quickly. I think he sort of needs a hype man. I think it's way too rushed. Like the match at Cena at WrestleMania was an absolute joke. He can't win the game clean as a champion. He's not been a great U.S. champion. Like I think I would put it on you need to have it on a guy like the guy from LWO. You need to have something. Yeah, you need something fun there. You need matches that are enjoyable, that are quick. You need that title
that are entertaining. He's not entertaining to me.
No, because you know what it is? Because the Intercontinental title right now is like the working man's title. The U.S. title has to be the entertainment title. It really has to be that fun title that the open challenges, all that. Like I feel
like they should change the U.S. title, but make it more of a TV title that it's on. Yeah. It's on.
Yeah, the television
defended every week on TV.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. But no, for me, Triple H has to. For me, the whole thing with Judgment Day, I don't know who's behind it, but like you say, I don't believe a thing in Finn Balor. Like that whole thing with Judgment Day, the moment he joined, I didn't believe it. The whole thing with Damian Priest, I think he on his own could do a lot. I have a real the whole thing with the title thing. They're trying to play up the title where maybe like in the end what's going to happen. Either way, it's either Finn is going to win it and the Damian's going to take it off Finn, or somehow there's something weird's going to happen this weekend with this. I want them disbanded because honestly, this whole thing, Rhea and Dom can stick together and do their own thing. They don't need Judgment Day to maintain it. I want that disbanded completely. I'd love for him to shock the world and take the title. For me, my dream right now, like my dream of dreams, is Sami Zayn, because I don't care about I don't believe in the whole crossover. I believe in the whole crossover brand. I want because Kevin Owens is not at SummerSlam, and Jay's not there. I want Sami Zayn to help Jay win the title. Like that's my dream. I actually had a dream about this. I want him to literally screw Roman for Jay to win the title, and I want because you don't know when Kevin's coming back. Because Kevin's injury is actually real.
Yeah,
it is.
It's actually real. So you don't know when he's going to be back, and you know when Jimmy's going to be back. I'd love for Sammy to get involved in this. I really, really would. That would be a dream for me. But no, I want title changes. I want something fun. And honestly, my least favorite right now, my least favorite angle right now, and I think it is the Asuka Bianca. Bianca's fallen to that whole angle there with Charlotte is a stupid angle. Rhea is fighting a damaged Raquel because Liv is really injured, so there's not much talent going on in the on Raw side. But then you have all these superstars, these strong superstars on the same brand on SmackDown, and they're fighting over this title. And Asuka's going to any match she's missing. It's just a stupid angle for me. That's frustrating me to no end. Honestly, the women's tag titles. Honestly, I don't get the point. like that. I'm not for this because I want like Triple H has to reinvigorate this. There's too many. Like you're saying, there's not enough storylines of people going to NXT, but there's too many 4 storylines. Like I said before, Tommaso Ciampa with like build up stories. Don't force it on. Like it has to have some sort of progression. I miss that about the old WWE and the Attitude Era. It was consistent. That's why the Bloodline worked, right? It was consistent. Go for it.
Yes, Mr. Staker.
Back off that. What I've said before, and this is why SummerSlam is lacking between the lower and mid depth of the card. Yeah. They don't have a full roster set down like I've brought up in the past. What was the point of Dom versus Cody and then back to Brock, and then back to Brock again? And it doesn't make sense. That is Vince mixing crap up when Triple H has stuff set in stone. And now what Mike said, I think it's going to get a lot more clear after SummerSlam now that Vince is gone. And the question is, if this subpoena, this isn't just some regular subpoena, folks. This is a federal grand jury subpoena. So now this is like big dog grand jury comes in, and they could seriously
slaps him in the mouth.
Yeah, and get him to sell the company, or he gets put away for jail time. Like it's that serious, and I am all for it. But anyways, now question:
Santos Escobar. There we go.
Does this bring back Stephanie with Vince being out?
Probably.
I don't know.
No Shane, no Vince.
Well, no. But my point is with Stephanie, the women's division got such a good push with her, and it was needed. And then ever since she left, you could see it just drag in certain places. And now, granted, we have Rhea, we have Bianca Belair, we have Charlotte still, but a lot of the younger talent coming up, it felt like it got pushed and it was making noise all the time. And now these other storylines for the women's division fell flat because you had Stephanie, who was in charge of that, is gone now. So, no, I personally think the favorite match for me to watch is obviously going to be the title match. It's going to be Now, I'm going to use Evan's angle. How cool would it be to see Roman out there they hit the Superman punch, but then all of a sudden he realizes the ref gets knocked out from some scuffle, tries to do anything. Solo comes out, tries to sit there and make sure, give another thumb to
Jay.
Samoan Spike.
Samoan Spike, yeah.
Spike. I always call it the thumb because it's just a rad thumb. But out of nowhere, you hear Sammy just out of nowhere the Helluva kick, knocks out Solo, hits one on Roman, and then the match is back even. Like something like that. Dude, I was actually just about to say that, Cat for life. I was just about to say that. Damian Priest cashes in on Roman after he barely beats Jay. Everyone's knocked out because of everyone hitting each other and everything. Bam. Roman loses the titles to Damian Priest. That would have been a huge shocker. I
kid you not. If that were to happen, like if that's your prediction for later, like
I just saw it and I'm like oh my god.
If that were to happen, I think Bronson Reed on Judgment Day.
I can't stand Bronson Reed.
I can't stand it.
He's a coke machine with legs.
I saw he wrestled in like the pre-show against Apollo Crews. That's a big dude. Bronson Reed. Oh my god!
I like him because he's a big fellow like myself.
But he's that big angry guy. But that doesn't fit Judgment Day. That doesn't fit what they're about. Big angry guy just comes in like a bowling ball and knocks crap everywhere. I'm just not a Bronson Reed guy.
Who's taking the odds that Logan Paul may actually win his first match in WWE?
He's won a match. He's won a match.
Oh
yeah, he's done for 4 over the last couple pay-per-views.
Yeah. Which one did he win?
He won the one with the Miz.
Match with Miz.
Yeah.
That on his own. I mean, on his own.
Yeah.
He hasn't won one on his own yet.
So
I don't think.
This is a celebrity. What does WWE do with celebrities? They give celebrities the push. They try and make them look like they're going to win, and then the wrestlers who helped carry the celebrity in the matches get rewarded. Which Ricochet might be. Hey, he might be a guy that can come out and challenge Drew McIntyre if he does take down Gunther, and Gunther moves on to the World Heavyweight title picture.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that could happen because Ricochet people get rewarded. Damian Priest got rewarded for working with Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
And always 2-0. Huh?
Who was 2-0? But Bad Bunny never lost. They really pushed Bad Bunny.
Yes.
No, I'm not saying that he got carried though by Damian Priest. That's what I'm saying is he did the work.
However, LA Knight should have won that contract. I'm just saying.
No, that was
LA Knight should have won. LA Knight should have won.
But no, but that's what he can carry himself. That's
no, but that's a good point. I really think this is a Vince thing. They did this with what's his name? They're doing it with Cody with Brock, and then they're doing it now with LA Knight. They want the fans to get angry about the fact that the person that they're really pushing. They did it with Stone Cold when he started winning, when he turned. They want us to suffer till they actually have that moment, right? That's a Vince thing.
Yeah,
that really is a Vince thing. Because that match between Cody and Brock is going to be stupid. Because it's just the Brock, because they're not playing it right. It's a rubber match. If Cody loses this, he's going to lose all momentum that they're trying to build for him. Like,
it's so predictable. It's already so predictable. It's already so predictable. But
Brock won't even show up anymore since Vince is out.
Yeah. Before we start getting into all the matches and stuff, I was watching AEW last night, and all of a sudden, Rob Van Dam shows up.
He looks awful.
I mean, Rob Van Dam. I was like, by the way, he looks awful, but he got hop still. He got in the air.
He's also what, 55 plus?
Yeah.
No, but he still has that. But he has he looks ridiculous.
He has his ponytail.
Evan, take off your hat real quick.
No, it's stuck to my head. It's stuck to my head.
Don't.
But I have more hair than Brett. I have more hair than Brett on my head.
Everyone has more hair than Brett. My dog's butt has more hair than Brett.
But have y'all started noticing that? Hello, Dad.
Hello.
My son's yelling.
Have y'all started noticing that they're getting a lot of old WWE legends to go to AEW now? Yeah. I mean, they had Ricky.
It tells you something about how they view WWE right now.
Evan, what do you think of what's going on with AEW? They're like, oh, let's reach out to old WWE guys and bring them over.
But the same way WCW did it, right? That's how they're getting the push because people are nostalgic for old WWE. Yeah. We all are. Trust me, to this day, no matter what we all say, you hear Hulk Hogan's music, you hear Randy Macho Man's music when you hear that music. People hear Sting's music when he got WWE. People are nostalgic for 20, 30 years ago. It was cool. It was fun. And that's what people are utilizing. That's why Jeff Jarrett's still there. That's why they bring back RVD. Think about it. When people loved NXT, not because Dusty Rhodes was running it, right? Yeah. It was cool. That's why. Tony Khan's not stupid, right? There's a reason why he's doing this. He's doing what Eric said. It's the mixing of the talent. It's the mentorship. People are going to for me, Rob Van Dam being there will get you excited. Me seeing a guy in WWE, me watching, for me, if I have a choice, and I'm not a big AEW fan, I like watching it, but I've always been a WWE guy. If I see Rob Van Dam coming through, or I see a match between Tommaso Ciampa and Shinsuke Nakamura, I'm going to watch Rob Van Dam because I know that Rob Van Dam is going to create something. Well, this match is just a squash match. It's like a match just to fill the time of Raw. Because I don't know about you guys, Raw should be at 2 hours.
Yes, I agree.
9 to 11,
I agree.
9 to 11, 8 to 10 or 9 to 11, I don't care. Do it 2 hours. The 3 hour is so stretched out. The only thing I look forward to on Raw. The only thing I look forward to on Raw is waiting for Samantha Veneer to announce people's matches. That's the cool part because the match. She has an amazing voice, but also to announce that the match is over. That's what I look forward to on Raw.
And I'm telling you, she's really nice. Samantha, she says hi to every single fan when she comes out, or she tries to. I mean, she says hi to everyone and all that. She is super nice. By the way, I heard Seth Rollins is the biggest asshole in the world when he's outside of the ring. Just saying.
But a lot of guys are like that, right?
I've heard that, and I've also heard some instances he's a good guy, but he'll only do it when he's around Becky.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because they're very high on themselves, right? They all have
Yeah,
they all
I
have
mean,
a chip on
they're-
their shoulder. They all
right,
think that they're the great. Like the true people are the Make-A-Wish people, the people who do that. Like they have to. They can't fake that forever, right? Like the people who do stuff in the community and all that. That's what makes it a very cool
Talk
experience.
to Kimmel. He's got the insights on all the wrestlers down there in Tampa.
Yeah, in Orlando.
Oh yeah, he was at AEW last night.
I know. He's the one who posted the RVD clip.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes. I recorded all of Cody Rhodes' entrance because I had to. I mean, I'm literally sitting there like this. I'm like, oh my god! And then all the pyro goes off, and then Cody walks by. I was like, first off, I didn't know Cody was that tall. And second off,
The Rhodes boys are big.
They're bigger than you think.
Like I was like, oh my god!
Yeah, he's really big.
His fucking thigh muscle is big.
Yeah, they're all
It's
huge.
huge.
Now think of it. Cody is that big. Now picture how big Dustin is. Goldust was huge.
Unbelievable. But all right, guys, let's go ahead and let's break. Oh, actually, here's a question for everyone. Question for everybody. All right, I'll start with Vogel first. What are you looking forward to for SummerSlam this weekend, and what are you most excited for?
For me, I think it's the Jay Roman match is what I'm really, really looking forward to. It's really the only thing that I do think that the Ricochet Logan match is going to be, it's going to be a fast paced, high spots all over the place.
I think that one's going to open the show.
But if Triple H is truly in charge of this pay-per-view, then I'm anxious to see the whole thing, because right now, like when you look at the card, there's like, I'm not super hyped about anything outside of that one match.
Mm-hmm.
But Triple H has a way of throwing stuff in that will make things much better than what the card really is.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, that's the match that I'm looking forward to the most.
Okay. Stanger?
Well, I mean, I mentioned it earlier. You know what? They put on a good match in the past, and they've wrestled once before, I believe, was Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair. I am looking forward to that because they're both very talented. Charlotte, as Kimmel said, Charlotte can still bring it. Even though she's older, she can still has the athleticism to help carry a match. But Bianca, I mean, she's just like Rhea. She's got this big, strong, athletic body.
Turn her heel.
Yeah. But and then she could do the top rope stuff. She could do outside the barrier stuff. Because with smaller divas, you can't really do that. Especially when you got an overpowering woman like Rhea or Charlotte or Bianca. Like, they just can't be able to handle that. And that's why you really never saw Trish. Think about it. Trish never was really outside the ring getting slammed up in the barriers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, it was always China. It was always the
Beth Phoenix.
Yeah, exactly. It was the more built females. And that's why I'm excited for Flair versus Bianca, because they're both really good performers. I love watching them. I just want to give a shout out to the women's match because they were hyped about a couple years ago, and then all of a sudden the division went down.
It's gone down big time.
Yeah, so I just want to give a shout out there. But you know what? Screw it. Let's give a wild thing. I saw the comment. Alpha, Sika, and The Rock show up.
No, Rock has no interest.
Roman goes to swing the chair, and then they hear us, "Can you
Rock
submit?"
has no interest.
Rock.
They won't bring The Rock back for this.
Why not?
No.
Detroit, not happening.
Detroit?
Why not?
They're not bringing him back. No interest. He's not interested. He's too
That's
busy.
why I said it's a wild prediction.
He's running for president. Okay.
Oh my God.
It's a bold prediction. All three of them show up in the tribal beads, walk to the ring after the music hits, and Roman said, "What are you doing here?" And then the next thing you know, quick roll up by Jay, and then he kicks out. Roman tries to go to Superman punch, super kick, match over.
Evan, what are you excited for?
The one thing I'm most looking forward to, because this is the only one that has the proper built storyline of this entire, outside of Jay and Roman, we know about that. The only one, and I think you're going to appreciate this, Alex, the person who's yet to get his due, and it was supposed to be his year of 2023 because he never got his confetti when he carried carried the WWE during COVID is Drew finally getting that Intercontinental title because it's getting very saturated with Gunther, and Gunther needs to go for better things and build up to maybe going after one of the titles. Maybe it's the World Heavyweight title towards Royal Rumble. Who knows what will happen with Gunther after he did the Royal Rumble this year? But no, it's Drew. That match is going to be what Jim Ross would say, a slobber knocker, and he should. And that's going to be the match of the night for me because he is going to beat the crap out of Gunther. Like, that's his match. Like, he's not losing that match.
I have a prediction. By the way,
if he loses that match, if he loses that match, you're basically saying to Drew McIntyre, you're a B plus. You're never getting back to the A plus.
Yep.
You're on mute, Vogel.
Yep. No, I agree. And I have a prediction for that match when we talk about it that might be a little surprising. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. First match on the card that I think is going to break off the night is Logan Paul versus Ricochet. Now, by the way, I gave Logan Paul the finger at Monday Night Raw. He didn't like that, but I don't care. So with this whole thing started back at the Rumble when they had their big moment and they smashed into each other. Okay. And however, have y'all noticed how many times they botched moves together? And it's all Logan's fault because Logan doesn't know where to place himself for these moves. So I'm going to start off with my prediction first. And I think that Logan is actually going to win. I think Logan gets his first singles win. And I don't think this is the last time that they're going to fight. I think they're going to try and draw him out with Ricochet. I could see them maybe – see, Logan needs to fight on Raw. If he's going to be I know he wants to just be a pay-per-view style type fighter because he's a celebrity and everything, but he signed a contract, all right? He should be fighting on Raw like all the other wrestlers do, okay? If he wants to be a wrestler, he should be fighting on Raw. So my prediction is that Logan will beat Ricochet. It's probably going to be Ricochet is going to try to do his star flying move, and he's going to get knocked out. And then Samantha Irvin's going to say his name, and he's going to walk off laughing and all that stuff, and blah blah blah. So
would Logan Paul's brother interfere trying to help out?
No, he's got his own. He's got his own fight.
He's got a fight. Night. Yeah, he's got a fight Saturday.
That's night.
Why on Saturday. Yeah.
That's why he wants to go on first to try and make it to his brother's fight later that night.
Yeah. So, Stager, you'll start with you. Your prediction for Logan Paul versus Ricochet.
Ricochet gets it. Logan Paul gets too cocky, taunts the crowd, out there trying to take a cell phone video of him knocking out Ricochet, and then Ricochet hits some crazy move that knocks out Logan Paul and then ends with his phone taking a selfie with a pin.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Vogel?
Yeah. I don't know.
Evan, are you writing a memoir?
I know.
No.
Hunt and Peck.
Hold on. Why are you hammering the keyboard so hard?
I'm actually tapping it really quietly here. I'll mute myself.
No, you're not.
Are you kidding me? Hold on, guys. Let me send a message.
I'm doing my Omas. I'm doing my Omas as I walk down the aisle.
Hammer and chisel.
All right, Vogel. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go Logan Paul. He hasn't had any singles victories, and I think that I feel like he's a natural. He's done very well in the matches that he's been in.
Yeah.
And I think, they need to reward him for having those good matches. I don't think that he cares that he loses because he's having so much fun doing it. But then the match against Roman, didn't he break his leg or something like that and came back from it already? And so I'm going to say that he goes over in that.
Okay. By the way, Stager, have fun facing Yannick Ngakoue twice a year now. I just had to throw that out there.
I saw the update.
He's doing the babu.
I'm literally doing the circle like, ooh, whoop-dee-doo.
Very bad. Very bad.
Evan, go ahead.
Logan's winning. Ricochet, I thought when he came in, he had the good thing with Braun, but they're always considering him as like a B level talent, and I think they're just he's gonna carry that match, but Logan Paul's gonna win with nefarious means. There's no doubt about it.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if he honestly sprays it with literally shoots prime in his eyes to win the match. I'm not kidding. So,
who knows if one of his little buddies like KSI is going to get involved again and all that. So I'm sure he's going to have some elaborate entrance coming down to the ring. Because SummerSlam is another one of those pay-per-views where they make really cool entrances. All right. So our next match, which I'm 50-50, I'm 50, excitement level on, is Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler in an MMA rules match. Okay. Now, when I saw it was an MMA rules match, by the way, they're pushing Shayna hard right now.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
They
are pushing Shayna hard. Yes. Good. Yes. I'll go ahead. I'll start with Stager on this match, on this one.
So I think they're going to come out, and even though they're pushing Shayna, that's where they're going to make out, and now it's an MMA brawl type fight. This is where they're going to make Ronda look like that badass still, because she's going to control a lot of the match, and then Shayna's going to get it. They're going to exchange a couple times where it looks like she's getting the edge. But, I mean, as much as Shayna has done MMA, so is Ronda. Ronda's literally carried the belt how many years in a row and had how many victories. They're going to make her look like the badass in this match. And then they're going to have Shayna probably win it, or maybe, it's straight up Shayna wins it. If there's some dirty stuff in there, Ronda wins it with pulling the tights or hitting her with a loaded glove, because they're going to have their MMA gloves.
Oh, yeah.
On a loaded glove, knocks Shayna falls cold, and next thing, or puts her in an arm bar and breaks her arm when it's just bending it. But, you mean Brock's famous Kimura lock when he's I'm it's not broken. What? But I'm going to pick Shayna straight up. That's okay. They're going to push Ronda in this match to be a heavy favorite because of her experience.
Yeah. All right, Evan.
I do not like Shayna Baszler. I know that she's strong. I find
why?
I just don't find her entertaining.
Because she's good.
I don't find her entertaining. I don't just find her entertaining, because they should have pushed her the way, because she was a really, and she's one of those you brought up from. It's because she was great in NXT. Then she came up and they tried to push her, and she didn't connect with the crowd. She does not connect with the crowd. She does not give me the warm and fuzzies.
Vince McMahon.
So, for me, this match, I think this is one of those where this is not the first match, and I think there's going to be revenge on Ronda's mind. Ronda's going to win on SummerSlam. Then Shayna will. It's going to be the same thing with Brock. It's going to be the back and forth. I see 3 matches happening with this.
All right, Vogel.
I don't think either one is a great talent, but I like they're both talented MMA fighters. I think it's going to be a great match from the MMA perspective. I just don't, like I said, when I watch Shayna, I just, because of the push they tried to give her at the beginning, just didn't click. Right? They tried to do it with Becky. They did before when she did it during COVID, but it just didn't connect. The crowd did not push her.
Ronda's not a good wrestler. She botches all the time.
Ronda botches everything. I'm not saying that.
God awful on the mic.
It's going to be back and forth about that nonsense. It's sort of that match between Braun and Brock. Power Slam versus F5. It's going to be Drew versus. It's going to be one of Drew versus Brock. F5 versus Claymore. It's going to be that kind of a match.
Okay. Vogel?
Yeah, I think this goes to Shayna for the simple fact that I think Ronda is on her way out. So I think she gets pushed. If Triple H is in charge, I think you're going to end up seeing her being the NXT version of Shayna Baszler, which to me was very entertaining. Oh, Hunt and Pecker over there, just standing the damn keyboard.
Shit, I got a backspace.
It's always
the only people can hear it is you, not the crowd.
Oh yeah. So
Mike, I agree with you on that.
Yeah. So I'm picking Shayna straight up, because I already have reports that she's done. Yeah. She's ready to just sail off in the sunset. She's not enjoying being in WWE right now. So I think she's ready just to spend some time with her family, and then she'll make like a return in like a year or two and all that. But honestly, I don't think anybody's really going to miss Ronda Rousey in WWE. She had a good run for a little bit, but after her being off on the mic and botching all the moves, it's not the fact that she botches the move. It's the fact that people notice it. Yeah. If she botches it that bad that people are like, okay, I could do that move.
Blatant. It's so blatant. It's bad.
So Shayna's going to win straight up.
Raquel Rodriguez push.
Yes. Which I'm actually shocked that there's a couple of shocking matches. Like I'm surprised Becky and Trish are not fighting this weekend. They're saving that for 2 weeks for Raw.
She has an event going on for this weekend. That's why she has some personal event going on, so she couldn't do SummerSlam.
Okay. Oh, I heard it was time restraints. I heard there were two because there's several
time restraints. That's what she had a big event going on of her own for her own company. So she told WWE, "I can't do it that weekend." Okay. That's what I was.
There's a lot of matches that I thought would be on this pay-per-view that aren't on here. So
like I mean, there was all the reports of Carlito coming back and taking the U.S. title from Austin Theory, which I would have loved having Carlito come back and take the title. But no, Shayna's going to win straight up, and Ronda, goodbye. See you. All right, next match on my card is going to be the Intercontinental Championship match between Gunther and Drew McIntyre. Evan, you go ahead. You can start with this one.
Gunther's had a wonderful ride as champion. It's time for something new. And Drew has basically been given the short end of the stick for over a year. He re-signed his contract. People thought he was going to leave WWE. The title's his. Like if he that SummerSlam for me will be a botch, an F, if Drew does not walk out with the title. It'll be an S. There's zero reason for Gunther to win it. There's zero reason for him to carry the title. There's zero more reason. He has no one else.
If that happens, you come on next week and you say that live.
I've already said it. I'll repeat it. Like, you and I have been talking about this for a very long time. Drew McIntyre is one of the greatest athletes they have. The guy
is one of my favorites.
A guy of his size who's able to run from one rope to the other and flip over at his size. The guy is able to fall and flip. The guy's a phenomenal talent. He's an asset for this company. Gunther needs to lose and build up to going after Damian Priest, whoever's gonna have the world heavyweight championship.
He's on SmackDown. Gunther's on SmackDown. Is that
Raw?
Right?
He's on Raw.
Oh, he's Raw. Okay.
He has to go after the world heavyweight title or lead up to, because I could see Gunther winning the Royal Rumble in 2024.
Yeah, 100%.
So he's that kind of a talent. He's a phenomenal talent, but the title is saturated with him. It's getting very boring, very repetitive. Drew brings a crowd. Gunther. The only thing great about Gunther as the Intercontinental Champion is his intro. That's about it. He needs to drop the title.
Yeah, and I think Imperium's going to split up too. So Vogel, you next.
They're going to cost him the title. Watch. They're actually. I can picture Ludwig Kaiser.
Wait for my prediction.
The title and then beating the crap out of him.
Wait for my prediction.
Yep. So it depends on if they're wanting to, push that whole new modern wrestlers with the streaks, because if that's a Vince McMahon thing and Triple H doesn't give a shit, then I would say Drew. But I think that they want Gunther to hit the new record, so that's where I'm.
Okay.
So I'll say Gunther, though I do agree with Evan.
So Stager, I want you to respond to my prediction because. Hold on, because there's a reason for it. There's a reason for it.
Uncoordinated BS. Okay.
So here's my prediction. Drew wins the title. Okay. Imperium comes out, starts beating the crap out of Drew McIntyre. Matt Riddle comes out to help save him. Then all of a sudden you hear, I hear voices in my head, and then Randy Orton's music blasts out. Randy Orton comes out, helps him fight off Imperium, and then RKO's Drew and Riddle, and you have heel turn Randy Orton back in WWE. That's my prediction. This is why I said it before Staker, because I wanted to see that face. Staker, your rebuttal.
You should have saved that for last because I was just going to pick Gunther straight up to win because of the fact that, wow, what a letdown for me, folks. That was horrible planning from the show. I literally was just going to pick Gunther straight up. Goddamn Canadian Costanza. Anyway, all right. Let me say this. He said Drew re-signed his contract. He did, but it was only for about 6-7 months. He is a free agent after January or mid-January, and then he's I think with that, because he wants a longer contract. He wants years down the road. Yeah. He didn't get that. Triple H gave him this little measly 6 to 7.5 month contract. So I don't think it's going to happen. I think Gunther retains. I think Gunther retains, and I think Drew gets put on the pine. He's going to get fed up, and my big prediction: Drew McIntyre goes to AEW.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I could see that.
All from the money. He didn't. If they don't make him champion, and they don't beat him Drew, or have him beat Gunther, he's gone. Like that's just to me his last sign of faith in WWE with the contract, because he's only there until January. Yeah. That's it. January 2024, he's gone. So
that would make me really sad as a Drew McIntyre fan.
I love it because I think he would flourish in AEW.
I agree. I would actually tune into AEW more. Again.
I'll never watch if he doesn't win the title. I won't watch Raw for a month.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
All right,
not gonna hurt anything.
I'll hold you to it.
Hold on, Alex. That big build-up just to see me be like, all I said was Gunther was gonna win.
It's okay. What the hell is that?
That's Mike, I think.
It's not me.
No.
You got a mouse in your...
It's Evan eating his cracker.
You are the noisiest human being I've ever heard.
Costanza.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Baker, did you miss me?
I quit. I'm leaving. Bye. All right.
All right, so the next match we're going to talk about is the WWE Women's Championship match between Asuka, Charlotte, and Bianca Belair. Okay. Who was talking about Bianca earlier? Stager, go ahead. You start off.
As much as Asuka and just getting the push and she got the title, I think everyone keeps talking about how Bianca's going to get it and everything else and get it back. I think they're going to put her on Charlotte. I think they're going to give her one last run and then call it, because she's up there in age now. She is. You can see the after she could go a full match, but when she's done with the match, you could just see it in her body, her joints, the way she walks, everything. She is just close to. You could see that moment coming where she's just like, I got to call it, and. Bianca and Asuka can still go back and forth to the title after Charlotte's done with it, but I would love to see one more run with Charlotte, one more run, because she has given so much to these younger women coming in and trying to help build them up. Give her one more run. Give her that Randy Orton, John Cena one last run with the title, and then she ends up losing it back at the end of the year or on another Raw or something like that to Bianca Belair or Asuka. Just I just want to see Charlotte get one more run in there.
All right, Evan.
Have you seen what Charlotte Flair looks like? She's gotten stronger. She wants to keep going. She wants to beat her father's record.
Her after matches though.
I know.
She's
but she's going to get 17 titles. They're going to give her 17 titles. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
they're going to give that moment to her.
She'll beat the Nature Boys.
Yes, but I want to make a one key point. I see this as a repeat. This is the night of Bianca Belair, 2 years to the day with the whole thing back. This is her heel turn night. What's basically going to happen is it's going to be a match where Bianca thinks she's going to win, and then Charlotte's going to steal it from her. They're sort of buddy, and then she's going to lose it on Charlotte. Charlotte's going to be laid out by Bianca, and there's the Bianca heel turn. The biggest story of that match is not going to be who won the title. It's going to be that Bianca turns heel.
Okay. Vogel?
She needs to turn heel. She can't stay. She's not working as she's 2 right now. She's sort of like in limbo. So
I agree. I think Bianca, there's going to be a heel turn, but I think Asuka wins because selfishly, I want to see Asuka and Io Sky get after each other. And I do think that there is a heel turn involved because I feel like that Bobby Lashley is working something with the
Hurt Business.
They're going to have a new Hurt Business, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Bianca be a part of that in a heel venture.
Yep.
So I'm going Asuka to retain, and maybe even cashed in on. She may get.
That was my prediction. That was mine.
She may get cashed in on tomorrow.
Yep.
Saturday.
That's my prediction. Io Sky will win the title this weekend. She's going to cash in on whoever wins that match, no matter what. Whoever wins, it's going to be. So my predicted winner is going to be Io Sky. But as far as Bianca Belair, there are already reports that the Hurt Business is going to be having its first woman member ever, and it's going to be Bianca Belair. So I think the Bianca heel turn is going to happen very soon.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. I'd like that.
Yeah. The Hurt Business, you're going to it's going to be Angelo Dawkins,
Montez
Ford, Bobby Lashley. They're still maybe on the fence on MVP and Omos joining it. So right now it could just be Bobby Lashley.
It's the waste. I'm sorry, can't stand.
I can't see it happening, but I think what's going to happen is that they're going to have Bobby Lashley's going to come out, introduce the new Hurt Business with Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, and then all of a sudden they're going to be in our first woman member, and it's going to be Bianca Belair, and she's going to come out on the mic going, all of you guys didn't, screw all of you, and then there you go. There's your Bianca heel turn, and perfect. Absolutely.
And to me, the Hurt Business is a much more entertaining faction with those people than Judgment Day is.
Oh.
Judgment Day doesn't do anything, and it hasn't since Edge.
Judgment Day is not that bad.
It's really bad.
If they had kept Edge as the leader and they would have been so much better.
Phenomenal.
They would have been so much better because Finn Balor doesn't have the money.
Who's the leader?
Rhea.
Rhea. It's Rhea.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If you have Edge in there, you have your female and your DX, you had Chyna and Triple H. That after Shawn Michaels left, that was your male and female.
Yeah.
Now with Judgment Day, if you had Edge, you could have had Edge and Rhea as your male leader. Damian Priest as your bruiser. I'm sorry, Finn Balor, he doesn't do justice anywhere on the mic compared to what Edge does. Edge can carry a promo by himself, especially with a group around him. It just builds him up. This is called, listen, Triple H has a really good storylines built up. He does good things like that. But this Finn Balor push is annoying. Kimmel loves Finn Balor. I can't stand him.
Stand him.
No, and really,
I think he's a phenomenal wrestler.
Yeah,
he just doesn't.
He's a cruiserweight.
Bullet Club. At least the Bullet Club had some.
Yeah, I don't buy him as a leader.
He's a cruiserweight. I'm sorry.
I don't buy him as a leader of a.
For him to be in the
cruiserweight, don't be mean to Taka Michinoku, okay? Taka Michinoku was making the cruiserweight. Don't put him in the same realm.
No, I'm talking about if in reality, if you put up Finn Balor against Seth Rollins, Seth would destroy him in a real fight. That's my problem.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have a match like this, if you do the underdog, but they're not doing that with Finn. Finn's not the underdog. They're trying to make him look like this big heel bully. He's not. It's so
bad. The coup de grace is one of the stupidest moves I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you. and he weighs $150 soaking wet. What's that gonna do to me? Like, you got a big guy like Seth Rollins or Brock Lesnar.
It's gonna make you not breathe for 2 seconds.
That's what our kids do to us every morning to wake us up.
I don't know. I'm not a Balor guy. Never have.
I'm not a Balor guy.
All right, well, let's go ahead. Let's talk about the Seth Finn Balor match right now because I wasn't going to do it next, but since we're talking about it, let's go ahead. Seth Rollins.
Bad.
That's okay. That's okay. It's a good segue. Good segue. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor, World Heavyweight Championship. So here's what I'm thinking is going to happen: is Seth is going to win. I'm hoping Finn comes out as Demon Finn Balor, because I think that would be cool, but I don't think it's going to happen. Seth's going to win. There's going to try to be some kind of interference. I think Damien's going to try to cash in on someone, on whoever wins, and it's not going to be happening. What would be really cool, like the comments I mentioned earlier, is if Damien cashes in on Finn, that would be the best thing ever to happen, was Damien cashing in on Finn. But my prediction right now is Seth Rollins will win the match. Vogel.
I would like to see Seth Rollins win with Damien costing Finn. Finn's getting ready for the 1, 2, 3, and Damien jumps into the ring like he's getting ready to cash in, and Finn freaks the fuck out.
Yeah,
and they have an altercation, and then he gets stomped. 1, 2, 3. Rollins grabs the title and gets out of there before he can get cashed in on.
Yeah. Okay. Evan.
Yeah, I see something similar. I see something where they're gonna. This could break up the Judgment Day in that perspective because they've done it a little bit on Raw where they're trying to. Oh, am I gonna do it? Am I gonna do it? In the end, this is a very saturated story. And so for me, I see the attempt to cash in, but it's going to end up costing Finn the match because I think he sees that this is his opportunity, and he does. I think he's sort of going to think that okay, he's about to win the match, Finn, because he has basically what's his name, Seth Rollins, where he wants him, but then in the end, it ends up costing the match. It's going to be one of those. It's going to be a really fumbled ending, where they're literally going to go at it between them. Like I don't see past Monday Night Raw, the Judgment Day between Finn and Damien sticking together. I don't see it.
Kind of like what's his name hitting the coup de grace and out on Rollins, and as he hits the coup de grace on Rollins, and that's when Priest
cashes in,
tries to cash in, and something like that happening. My buddy Tosstown said he wants to cash in.
He wants to cash in.
Or the one thing I could very easily see is that it becomes a triple threat at one point.
Oh,
yeah. The way
they tag team on it. They tag team on it, and basically they fight with each other to the point where he sneaks away with the title.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think, like you said, the Finn, the Damian Priest angle, I don't see Damian Priest with Judgment Day being the world champion unless they somehow put it on him. And then they do the whole Randy Orton thing, but I would do that. I would see that with Finn because Finn's a smaller guy. They can't really do that to Damien the same way they did it to Randy Orton back in the day, right?
Yeah.
With Triple H and all that. So I can actually see where at one point where he sees him dominating.
What if Orton comes back in as leader of Judgment Day? What if Randy Orton is the leader of Judgment Day?
No, Randy Orton.
Look at Stager's face.
He doesn't have the voice. He's not good enough talker. He's not a good enough talker.
Randy Orton?
Not good enough.
He's okay on the mic. He's okay.
Not in a faction. No. He's not the leader of a faction. It didn't really like when he had it with Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes. The less amount of talking that he did was better.
Yeah. All right, Stager.
So I think you're gonna have Rhea, and so I purposely think Finn is gonna be shown in the back earlier during the pay-per-view. Oh, hey, we need you to stay out here. I just don't want any confusion going on. And Rhea and Dom are gonna come out with Finn, and I don't think you're gonna see Damien. And because Finn asked him, hey, I don't want your the briefcase to interfere. Well, he was watching from the back. He's near the entrance. Next thing you know, he says he sees what is it? Seth and Finn knock each other out trying to go for the same move. But when they're dead tired, end of the match, like when they're trying to go for a double front drop kick or something, when they're coming fast across the ropes, done, or double clothesline, whatever.
The ref starts counting, and then all of a sudden,
and then Damien's going to be like, and I think he's either going to run out or he's going to see Seth trying to go do something to Finn, because Finn and Rhea and Dom were trying to be dirty. So he's like, all right, screw it. I'll get disqualified and keep my title. He can go ahead and do something dirty and freaking hit him with the title or something. Or Damien goes out, tries to save Finn, but Rollins moves. He ends up hitting Finn with the briefcase. And then Seth turns around. He tries to get Damien, but Damien catches him, knocks him out too. And then he looks, cashes in. They go on from there, and if he catches and he gets it, that's when Finn, the next night on Raw, they come back. I need to talk to Damian Priest. And next thing you know, he comes out with Rhea and Dom. He looks like he's the new leader. There you go.
Okay.
Give this stinky cheese man the pencil.
You should call Triple H. It's a great idea.
That's right.
I'm going to subpoena his ass too.
All right, now this match
would actually be extremely entertaining.
That would be very, very cool. Very cool.
For me, for SummerSlam to be a great show, like shit like that has to fall into place. Like,
Mossstown knows. Let them win.
Can I say something? Okay, so the reason why I think a cash-in could happen and be successful is because there's only 4 really big pay-per-views for WWE that they build stuff around for storylines. The other stuff they save for mid-cards and lower cards, and then they don't even use world heavyweight titles on those.
Right.
It's WrestleMania, it's Royal Rumble, it's SummerSlam. What's the 4th one I'm missing?
Survivor Series.
There you go. So there's the 4 you have right there. I just don't see it not happening when there's no other pay-per-view down the road that you can do this to. You can't wait that long. Like Seth, they could afford to wait for him to do it at WrestleMania when he did it when he was younger, because of the fact that Brock and Roman storyline was so long and so well built. And to have him come out and almost win, and Seth comes out, because everyone completely forgot about it. It was perfectly timed. Now the storyline's built up for it. So now is when you want to do it. It's before they had the luxury of able to wait. Now you don't, because there's no other pay-per-view until 6-7 months down the road. You don't have the time to do it.
No, I agree. Yeah, I agree. All right, so this is probably like the highlight match that everybody loves to talk about, because the storyline's great. The 2 guys involved, they're fantastic. Cody Brock 3. Who gives a fuck?
Let me leave studio.
Okay, now
Cowboy
I think all of us here are on the same page. When we see this Cody Brock 3 match, we're all like, is this the time I go to the bathroom? Like, this is my bathroom break time?
Yep.
So I'll go ahead. Evan, go ahead. Start off. Cody versus Brock Lesnar. If anyone gives a shit, who wins?
It's going to be Cody. Brock's going to go for an F5. He's going to hit it. Cody's going to kick out. They'll be back and forth outside the ring. Cody's going to come back in. Cody cutter. Yada, yada, yada. Match. It's a joke. It's literally the most predictable nonsense I've ever seen. And because Brock's going to try to win it quick. And the match should not go more than 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay.
If it goes more than 5 minutes, the match was too long. Because there's no point to it. If you want to make it a street fight, or you want to make it something like crazy, fine. But like, this match makes absolutely nothing. Like, he broke his hand, and then he hurt his hand again, but he's not wearing a cast. It's the dumbest storyline. Like, it's like after building him up, bringing him in number 30, then having him win the Royal Rumble, losing the title, and now this whole thing with Brock, like it's just total Vince McMahon garbage. It just doesn't. It's like, it's stupid. It doesn't work, because we all know what's about to happen. We just know. I think if Brock wins this, what do you do? What's Cody's next thing? Brock can lose the next 10 matches. Nothing will happen to Brock. Cody's winning this match. It doesn't. It's just done. It's finished. It's complete. Like no other match. I could see anything else happening in any other match. I'd be upset if certain things happen in the match. But this is the one match where you know who the winner is going to be before it even starts.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Brock Lesnar, Undertaker?
I knew that one.
No, you did not know that was coming.
So sorry to bet. Oh yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick my.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Cody's going to win because they're going to go ahead and put him forward and
Brock doesn't
build
look
him up down the road. Brock's going to get mad or get disqualified. See, that's another thing. It could be what type of match are they in?
I think it's a no DQ. I thought it was a no DQ.
If it's a no DQ, then okay, then whatever. Brock does his thing to try and hurt Cody.
Singles match. They called it a singles match.
Just a singles match? Okay. Yeah. The Brock could flip out. Say Cody does something that could make Brock flip the hell out. Kind of like, remember when Ken Shamrock faced British Bulldog in the 90s and he flipped out? He was hitting him with a can of dog food and stuff like that. And he flipped out and everyone, it was a big act trying to get this guy because he was the craziest SOB in wrestling. I feel like Brock could take that angle here and he gets disqualified and that just kills it of that storyline and Cody wins, moves on or something stupid like that, or a quick roll up to help beat the Beast Incarnate. Yeah. Just something stupid like that. But I want to go back on something. I just thought of one of the coolest ending storylines for the Roman and Jay match.
We're not there yet.
Well, save that for Roman and Jay.
Save it.
Just talked about it, didn't we?
No.
Talked about the other one. Just hold on to it. Hold on to
it. Save it. Vogel.
He muted you again. I think Cody wins, and I think he's got to win. I think he's got to win convincingly.
Yeah.
To get any kind of traction back. I don't see Brock. If Brock wins, what's
by the way, it's harvesting season. It's harvesting season in Saskatchewan, in Canada.
Yeah, so I think Cody wins.
Prepare for harvesting season. It's the fall.
Cody wins.
That's
convincingly. Yeah.
Cody wins. That's. There's nothing else I need to say about it. Cody wins because basically they've had it to where Brock has beaten the shit out of Cody these last couple weeks, making it seem like Brock's getting the upper hand and Cody's going to get the win. And there you go. So, all right. So the match that I'm actually kind of intrigued to see is this SummerSlam Battle Royal, which I believe there's 6 superstars already confirmed for it, which is Sheamus, LA Knight, Chad Gable, Otis, and
Otis.
I love
Otis.
What do you get out of it?
I think the Viking Raiders are also already confirmed for it.
That has been a tag team that has just been they was the king of Ring of Honor, and they have killed it. They have killed that.
They were more ruthless in Ring of Honor too.
The Viking Raiders. What were they before the Viking Raiders? There was the Viking something.
I don't remember.
They weren't the Raiders. They were something before that.
They were War Machine or something like that, wasn't it?
No, they were the Viking. There was the Viking something. The Raiders, I never understood.
Oh.
They changed the name. I hate when they change the name.
Was it the Valhalla Vikings or something like that?
No, but also they changed his name. Ivar wasn't Ivar. Wasn't he? What was he? He was something else.
I don't know, but Valhalla is Sarah Logan, and I called her name out at the show. I said, "Hey, Sarah Logan, your name is Sarah Logan," and then you could see her kind of like smiling when I said that. And then everyone was looking at me. I was like, yeah, her name is Sarah Logan.
Shut up.
She's like, shut the fuck up, guy.
Stupid as that.
But see, that's the thing.
Ivar and Eric.
Vince
Ivar was something before.
Vince,
he had a normal name.
A PG tag team kills it because the Ring of Honor, they were way more ruthless. They didn't care. That's why they were Vikings. That was the whole character build-up.
Yeah.
They were War Machine in Ring of Honor.
Yes.
I forget what they were in NXT. They weren't Viking Raiders. They were Viking something.
So as far as
War Raiders
Battle Royal goes, War Raiders in
NXT.
The Battle Royal.
I don't get the point of it.
I think this is a match filler. Obviously, this is a card filler match.
But if LA, so many other, in my opinion, there's so many other matches that you could have had the U.S. title go on, or
Austin Theory hasn't really fought. I mean, he's fought on SmackDown and stuff, but
it's
He's
awful.
supposed to face Santos Escobar, right? He's the number one contender.
Yeah.
Otherwise they're not putting him
Because
back
Ray actually got hurt. Like that wasn't fake. Ray actually got hurt.
there. But Ray's going to be on NXT 2.0 next week because he's coming because of Dragon Lee.
Yeah. So if LA Knight doesn't win this battle royal,
I've always had hair. I had long hair
bug
before
you.
actually.
I know you cut it, eh? You chopped it off.
Focus.
hey,
I wish I had hair loss like that.
It's the third Viking Raider.
We raided your mama. What?
Whoa. Sorry for all the viewers.
I have a hidden hate relationship with Mike because he's a former Bears fan. It just comes out of me.
This would be a good time. Do not forget to like and subscribe to FinTalk Sports Network where we raid your mother. But no, if LA Knight does not win this battle royal, then why have LA Knight in WWE? Because I mean,
unfortunately, build a storyline out of it with some of the characters in there. You can build a separate storyline out until he gets a title. You can do that.
And I think maybe that's what the whole thing might be for, is to build several storylines out of it. Yeah.
So is that who y'all are picking to win this battle royal?
No.
Oh. Boba, who are you picking?
I'm gonna go Shinsuke Nakamura. He's just one of my.
There we go. Shinsuke and Tommaso Ciampa are also in it.
I really enjoy Shinsuke.
They're gonna knock each other out.
But I do kind of agree with you. I mean, it feels like they've underutilized LA Knight.
And also, honestly, they've been using the Slim Jim. Come on, that's a Macho Man Randy Savage. That's been going on for 40 years. Like the Slim Jim.
Oh, because WWE just signed a deal with Slim Jim.
Yeah,
they've been doing Slim Jim for 40 years. You ever Macho Man snapping into a Slim Jim? Jesus, those things are disgusting. By the way.
Yeah.
You ever tried a Slim Jim?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're disgusting.
They're amazing.
They're not that bad.
No, you take a Slim Jim. So when you go to the gas station, you go ahead and get a regular black coffee, and then you take a Slim Jim and put it in your coffee, and then that way you get meat flavor in the coffee.
There you go.
Good idea.
What?
Telling you, it sounds crazy as hell. Do it.
Alex is just like, what?
No, because I'm the guy that does like this, like stuff like that. So now I'm gonna go do it.
But make sure it's just do like a Circle K or a Quick Trip or something like that. And
okay.
Or never mind.
Use it as a swizzle stick.
You got the big gas stations down there.
Yes.
Do one of the big ones because they got good coffee. Because if you stop one of the other ones, you may get something else in your coffee on top of it. So you go ahead and go ahead and get that. Get one of the big Slim Jim meat sticks. I'm not talking about the little
okay. The big ones.
Yeah. Macho Man used to have. Hold it in there and let it soak in there, especially, and then take a bite. And if you listen, coffee flavored Slim Jim, it's a game changer.
All right. Well, there it is.
Try it.
All right, guys. So the final match of the night, which is the one match, the real match that everybody here is here to watch, is WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso in I think it's like a tribal fight or whatever.
Tribal rules.
Tribal
rules match. Tribal combat.
What is tribal combat?
I don't know.
And recognition of being the tribal. And the recognition as the real tribal chief.
So now,
did Rikishi get involved? I want Rikishi.
I don't know.
Rikishi versus Alpha and Sika.
All right, Vogel, go first.
God, there's so many ways that I want to go here.
Y'all are never gonna guess my way.
And again, like, are they holding Roman out for to beat the streak, which everybody says is going to happen? But the way I would book it is that the storyline finally comes to an end when not Jay, but Jimmy with the 1, 2, 3, and then Jay runs back in and rolls back out, and Jay's your new tribal chief / like they used to do in the old team.
So you think
they had different hair?
No,
they had different hair, buddy. Jay's got.
But Jimmy's been off TV for a while, and they could do
for 2 weeks.
It's been longer
Yeah,
than
it's
that.
just 2 weeks. No,
3 weeks.
I'm telling you.
It's
Don't
been a very
be
short time.
surprised. Don't. That's why it's a tribal rules anything goes match, because Jimmy's going to interfere in.
It won't be a clean match for the end of the
No.
It won't be a clean
No.
match. No, not at all.
I will be shocked if it's a clean match.
I have one other prediction, but I'm going to hold it off to see if anybody else says it.
Okay.
So I'm going
All
to go.
right, Evan, you go
I
next.
made that prediction.
What would make me happy would be Jay winning.
I will be disappointed when Roman wins again, but Roman will likely win again. But I told you what my dream is. Sami Zayn culminates the Bloodline feud by giving him, because I think him and Jay are going to be, there's always been that camaraderie. I want him to help him win the title. Because I don't think, because I think
it would be a fitting end. Huh? That would be a fitting end. Those two together.
Sami for me, if they want to close the book on the Bloodline, and anoint Jay anoint him as a tribal chief, Sami has to play a role. Sami has to be in tomorrow's match. If he's not involved in tomorrow's match, in Saturday's match, I'll be very, very sorely disappointed.
Okay.
But for me though, if he doesn't get involved, Roman wins. If he gets involved, Jay wins.
Okay.
So tribal rules. So obviously Solo's going to be involved.
Yeah.
He's going to come out. Roman's going to say Jay starts unexpectedly taking over the match. Call Solo out. Roman says, Solo, just scream it. Solo, starts waving. You can see it. Next thing you know, Solo comes out. They start tag teaming. And then as soon as the Samoan Spike starts to go forward, you hear, "Don't do it, Oos." And then you hear, "Don't do it, Oos." Jimmy comes around the corner with a neck brace, still injured, but he's got his arm around Wise Man, and Wise Man's terrified for his life.
I love it.
And he's like, "You do it, Oos." Wise Man ends now. Right there. And then Solo's confused. He doesn't know what to do. Roman looks shocked because his Wise Man is now captured.
That's right. That's right.
And we know how he feels about if anyone touches Wise Man.
Yeah.
So Roman comes running out to the entrance, depending on how much of a mile it is. So Roman comes running out if it's a close entrance. And the next thing you know, when he goes to try, he starts talking, pointing, and then he starts grabbing his hair. And then as soon as he does it, Jimmy hits him with a super kick. And then he turns around, looks at Paul Heyman, super kicks him. Solo ends up running out, attacks Jimmy. But then that's when Jay comes out, super kicks Solo, picks Roman up, goes in, and then hits him with a super kick, but then hits him also where he's on his knees looking at him. And then I'm calling the old school HBK to Ric Flair. He looks at Roman and goes, "I love you, Oos," and then super kicks him again. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
I love you, Oos.
Okay.
Very good, Dave. Give Dave the pencil.
That's the end of the match after going back and forth. Yeah.
Where's the ref?
Huh?
How'd the ref get knocked out?
Bro, Solo's going to Samoan Spike his ass. It's a tribal rule.
So if you saw at Money in the Bank, when Jay was pinning Roman, Roman whispered. You could see Roman whispering in his ear, saying, "I love you, man." Yeah. So, here's my prediction.
And they hugged at the contract signing before he said that. Remember that?
Yeah.
They hugged it out, and he stopped Solo. So there's that respect.
Yeah.
And then, bam.
Yep.
Sweet chin music to the jaw.
So this is probably going to be a match that I'm literally going to sitting on the edge of my couch just watching.
Oh yeah.
I think so y'all are saying Jimmy's going to help out Jay. See, I think it's actually going to be opposite. I think Jimmy's going to turn on his brother
Roman
and help Roman out. And he's going to help Roman out, and then all of a sudden Jay's going to be by himself. I know you're shaking your head, but I think Jay's going to be, as much as I've been saying, I want Jay to take the titles off of Roman. I think Roman's going to retain because they want him to lose the title, which I'm praying to God this doesn't happen. They're still hoping for the Cody-Roman match.
Yeah.
It's done. If there is a chance that
Cody's on Raw. He's on SmackDown.
I know. But you know how they can switch things around. You never know.
Have a random draft right before the Royal
Yeah,
exactly. You know, they do their drafting, right before WrestleMania all of a sudden. I think Roman retains, and we're talking about possible returns. Okay. So far, the last couple of SummerSlams, somebody's come out after Roman's fought.
Yep.
Okay. Somebody has come back. Now, I already mentioned Randy Orton. Okay. I don't think it's going to be him.
Why not evil Randy Orton?
The other name that's circling right now is Bray Wyatt. Okay.
Ooh.
So, but Bray Wyatt not coming back as what he was before. Bray Wyatt coming out as the Fiend at the end of the match.
No more Fiend.
Fiend was fantastic. That's his best character.
Amazing.
I know,
Fiend was his best character.
No, but not for. But I don't see. But the problem is there's a lot of talk, right? There's a lot of back and forth with the wise man. Who's talking for the Fiend? The Fiend doesn't talk.
But that's the point. You could sit there and have Bray Wyatt come out one week and he's talking to the wise man, and then
what is it? Do the Firefly Funhouse with this nonsense?
Yes, dude. Can you tell me Paul Heyman and Firefly Funhouse would not be amazing? Yeah. Come on,
that'd be very entertaining.
Here's scenario number 2 for me.
No, because I go, how is he gonna have to come back?
What if Paul Heyman turns on Roman?
It goes to Jay. Oh my god!
And goes to Jay.
Bruh.
Paul Heyman acknowledges Jay as the true tribal chief. And, like, you know how he gave Roman the title to knock out Brock or something like that? Yeah. He's going to hand Jay the title to knock him
because
out.
Because people aren't going to see it coming. They didn't see it coming with
that's pure Triple H timeline wrestling.
Exactly.
Thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
But I kid you not, if Jay wins the title this weekend, I'm gonna literally go. Like, I have friends that text me going, "It can't be Jay. It just can't be Jay." I'm like, "Why?" It's for the reason. The whole reason the Bloodline story started was because of Roman and Jay fighting from the very beginning.
Yeah.
That's how this all got started. Was Roman and Jay. Let Jay send Roman on his 2-year vacation, and let's have a new champion. Because I think if Jay is champion, he's not going to be one of those champions that's 75,000 years.
Ask your question though.
Yeah.
Who is Jay's nemesis after he went solo?
I don't know. It could be.
Cashed in.
Yeah.
No, it's going to happen on Raw. They're not going to keep on switching brands.
So here's a thought.
The thing that I'm just saying, for Jay to get that push, I'm just telling you right now, Sammy has to get involved. The whole Kevin Owens thing, I think there's a flip. Sammy has to be part of this. Like, what's Sammy going to do for the next couple months because it's going to be at least 6 weeks till be 6 weeks or 6 months with this kind of injury.
Right.
So you have to figure out what to do with Sammy because Sammy is so hot, it's still hot. Sammy gets the biggest pop of any wrestler in WWE right now.
Well, the dream match for Jay, he said in an interview, was Jimmy, and they wanted to happen at WrestleMania. So you could, if I don't think that would be for a title. I just think that I think in there somewhere that if Jay were to get it at some point, if it's not Saturday night, I think there's a split between Jimmy and Jay at some point.
Now, that was I was going to say, the curveball. What if you're sitting there thinking Jay's about to win the title, Jimmy's hyping him up in the ring because everyone else is knocked out, Jimmy took care of him, and then he goes a super kick, Jay just super kicks Jimmy, or Jimmy super kicks Jay. Yeah. And then bam, Jay is freaking laid out, everyone's just stunned.
And if they're hell bent on Roman beating the streak, that's how I think Roman retains.
What streak? He'll never reach Bruno Sammartino. Look at me, he's champion for 5 Bruno Sammartino was champion for 7 years.
Okay.
Well, it looks like we're going to be talking about Roman Reigns as champion for the next 7 years on No Holds Barred.
He still has like 6,000 days to go.
We got what, 4 more years?
Wait, how long was Bruno Sammartino? How long?
What did your keyboard ever do to you, Evan?
You clip your fingernails or those talons? Like an eagle's typing.
Oh my god! But I kid you not.
The thing is does Priest
2,803 days. The guy's like at 1,200 days. He still has to be champion for the next 5 to 6 years.
There you go. It works.
It's okay. We got a podcast. We can cover all 5 years of it.
5 years from now, God damn it, Roman, will you lose?
Welcome back to episode number 345,000 of No Holds Barred, and Roman is still champion.
I
don't know who's
for you.
On a failed
here on the
cash
panel.
Hold on, Evan. Hold on, I got something now. I'm spinning something here. What if on a failed cash in on Rollins, right? So Priest tries to cash in, whatever he doesn't officially cash in, but then comes out and cashes in on the winner of the Roman Jay match. So Jay wins the match, but then
Priest Finn stops him from doing it and they fight.
Yep.
Oh, and then you can involve Finn when he tries to cash in on the Roman thing, so that would make it even more of a mess. Oh my god!
Yeah, that was my spin. That's my spin.
Oh,
or to really piss off Alfred and Kimmel at the same time, give CM Punk a one-day return. Just take the title.
Take both of them to AEW with his next title.
I would quit this podcast.
Kimmel would need mental help because he hates Phil so much.
How does he feel about Phil and his title now? That's what I want to know.
I asked him about that. He did a little Subway sidebar. Sorry, y'all.
Did you see that comment?
Yes, that's what I'm laughing at.
What did I do?
My God, he's whooping that keyboard like a government mule. My God, he broke it in half.
I read it in JR's voice, and all I pictured Evan is just beating the shit out of his keyboard. That's all I
Can we just clarify something? Who on this panel actually thinks that Roman's a good wrestler?
I mean, I think
he's very talented. Yes, he's a great
wrestler.
Okay, 3 years.
Actually,
4 years ago,
a good entertainer, like in the ring, but an actual athlete.
Wrestler? Yes, I think he's good.
Yes.
Drive-by, Superman punch, and spear.
Okay, John Cena.
I don't think John Cena's a good wrestler either.
Okay, so this is my thing. 3-4 years ago, you look at what he was. He was a very raw, athletic guy, but he didn't have any build to him for moves.
Yeah.
If you go look at The Rock, if you go look at Triple H, if you go look at The Undertaker, how many different moves did they have? They didn't need to have 20 different moves like a cruiserweight or a luchador. They had 4 or 5 moves at max they stuck to. That's what they did. They don't need these 20, 25 moves. Like, listen, I love Kevin Owens' ability as a big guy with a belly, but he steals moves. It just is what it is. Like, at least Roman has his own thing. The Superman punch, that's his baby. Like, it is what it is. And then the spear, there's other people who use the spear, but the way he does it with the Samoan, that's his. He owns that. So that's why I'm saying, like, him as a wrestler, he can do that entertaining wrestling. It's gotten much better than what he was 3-4 years ago. This formation he's taken as the tribal chief over this time, it's been in the ring, it's been on the mic, it's been beautiful. And Paul Heyman,
Paul Heyman carried, but Paul Heyman's the glue of that.
His facials during all the most recent events this year, I feel like his selling ability and just like he has sold everything. He's the look of disbelief on his face, and I think he's
great performer. I just as a wrestler, I asked the question. I want that.
Yeah, I think he's a good wrestler.
Yes,
I do.
Evan, now what do you think?
He's the guy he's facing is a much better wrestler than him.
You think Jay's
Jay has a talent. The way he's built, grown into. If you ever see what Jay looked like, you talk about raw.
Yeah.
When him and his brother came in with the Mia. To now, oh my God, he deserves. Like he's, you know what? I want him to have his Kofi Kingston moment.
And he might get that. He might get it.
But I need, like I told you, for me, if Sammy doesn't come, it was the right thing for me. When I saw Kevin Owens,
he might
get injured.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening.
Vince came in, Sammy went out of the picture. When now that Vince is out, Triple H could. It's not that
they love Sammy. I'm telling you, Sammy is gold for them right now. Gold.
Well, use them. So that's the thing is, it's not that he's just gold. It's also the fact that they didn't know what they had originally when they added him trying to be the Bloodline. It was more of a comedy act. And then the fans bought it. So Triple H was like, we got to do this. Like, this is going to be for real. And
that was only supposed to last for like 3 weeks.
Yeah. It wasn't supposed to be this big, drawn-out thing.
And then, like Evan said, the people bought into it.
And Sammy was so good on the mic and everything else. Again, he's worked with celebrities in the past. He gets his rewards because he's been doing the whole bits and everything else. And I could see Sammy coming out. I could see the Damian Priest Finn Balor thing because he couldn't cash in on Seth and going out there. I could see Jimmy turning on Jay. I could see Jimmy coming out with.
Didn't Roman win his title 3 years ago at SummerSlam?
I believe he did.
So how fulfilling would it be that he loses his title at SummerSlam?
Yeah.
3 years.
Now, I do got to say something too. Back to what Sammy was, or when how you guys were describing Roman of how he's grown, and what I was saying as well. So the biggest thing when I saw like mess ups happen, where like Sammy would say something so outrageous when he was in the Bloodline, Roman would he would have to laugh because he can't keep it in, but he would play it off as an asinine laugh, and he'd just be like, "Can you believe this Uso here? Can you believe it?" And he would do it. That's how he's grown. So much of his biggest way is on the mic, and he has got this very egotistical heel thing down. And I know I said it before on another one of our the shows that I came on, Alex, was after when he was in the UK. This was like pure heel Roman Reigns to me when like him and Solo are beating Jimmy and Jay and in the match right now. And the next thing you know, he's literally in the apron going, why are we here? These people are chanting, Roman sucks. Roman sucks. Why he was here? This place is stupid. The people are stupid. Like, to me, it was like ultimate heel that we've seen from a person in a really long time. We've seen other people go heel and other stuff like that. But that, to me, you're just in pure heel form right now with Roman.
Right. Yeah.
And it's going to be a while before we see someone become that evil, pure heel again. Yeah. And reference Randy Orton if he does come back and do that. If you have come back and you kill the freaking, what was it, the celeb killer? What was he called?
Legend Killer.
Yeah, the Legend Killer.
Yeah.
So if you get Legend Killer Randy Orton back, it just adds to the better storylines these days. But I just appreciate Roman for what he's become, and everyone acts like, oh yeah, everyone's getting sick of Roman. But people don't realize without Roman and the Bloodline story,
there's nothing.
Wouldn't have much.
There's
you
nothing.
wouldn't have much.
Yep.
Like you have up and coming stars you could try to push, and Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, you can push those guys. But Roman has literally put the company on his back. Yeah. Along with the Bloodline, and they've carried this, and they've done a wonderful job in this storyline, adjusting with Vince and coming in and out, with Triple H doing most of the storyline. Now they got to readjust again. And who said earlier that Triple H might add some stuff? Was that you, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got 2 days left, and Vince just got subpoenaed. He's at home recovering. I think something's going to happen that we aren't expecting out of whole left field that we haven't even said tonight. I think something's going to happen that we don't even expect or have said tonight because Triple H has 2 days to build something.
So when Triple H heard the news of Vince getting summoned, I bet he sounded a lot like Evan on his keyboard over there. With all oh yeah, this will be good. Oh, and we'll do this.
He's like, yes.
He did a big old heel click like a leprechaun.
By the way, Cap speaking of what Cap said, because I missed what he wrote there before, someone forgot to pay the light bill. The lights out are in Canton. So someone put a funny thing on the tweet. Yeah, someone put a funny tweet because Aaron Rodgers is there sitting on the bench. They're saying he's back in his darkness retreat. But the lights are, they can't play the game. It's dark, pure darkness.
That's hysterical.
It's hilarious. Phenomenal.
But all right, so
crazy.
That's probably going to do it for tonight's episode of No Holds Barred. Don't forget
I have a question for you.
What's your question?
What would give each one of you the greatest joy that would make SummerSlam an A+ event for you, and what would disappoint you the most that would make you feel like walking away with SummerSlam with a sour taste in your mouth? What's the high? What's the low?
I want to feel this pay-per-view like I did Backlash in Puerto Rico, which I felt had a lot of Triple H element to it. And I feel like if you feel that way after that, so if SummerSlam has that kind of feel to it, I'll be happy. But if it's just the same old Bills and the same old people winning, and if it feels like it's produced like by Vince, I'm just going to be. Let me go check out AEW for a while.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think Jay winning would be the highlight for me.
Yeah.
And then if it's like basically like what Vogel was saying, if you're gonna have if they try to push this Cody Brock thing a little more, and then if these matches are just not entertaining, like if they put them like where these matches are like 12 minutes long or like 5 minutes, and they should be longer. Or if you can tell it's like a Vince style pay-per-view, I'm just gonna be like, all right, like it's SummerSlam.
2-minute matches across the board.
Yeah, like it's that's gonna disappoint me.
If Brock wins, it's because Vince still has too much say from his home, and
Vince is Brock better win the match. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, to make it more country boy Brock, you have to have him ride out on a horse in overalls.
Oh God! You remember when he came out with in last year? When he was
with the tractor.
The tractor.
Yep.
I did like that because he was face Brock, and
that was a great. Yeah.
But anyway, okay, Joy. Everyone's picking obviously Jay winning, but to see Damian Priest get to that pinnacle, cash in and get the title or any title for either Roman or Seth or Finn, whoever wins it on either side, if he gets it, would make my heart the happiest because that dude is so good.
He really is a workhorse.
And plus it adds a different type of element that we haven't seen where like Eddie was the last, I believe Eddie was the last Hispanic World Heavyweight Champion, if I'm not mistaken. And they're pushing this very big Hispanic wave in the wrestling. I love that. And he emphasizes that when he talks, and El Campeón, like I love that. So with him coming out and doing that, and or if he gets Roman's title, he goes on SmackDown and they have and he has a feud with Jay and Roman and all that, and adds in, or goes to Raw and does it with that. I just think they'll bring the most joy to my heart. Yes, it would pain me to see. It wouldn't upset me if I see Roman win because it's what we've become to know, and see him win by some escaping the barely. He wins with a Superman punch with the help of his family coming out. But yeah, the Brock Cody, if that goes on, now maybe we could see a little bit of the Hurt Business developing early, and you come out and see someone from the Hurt Business help Bianca win the women's world title.
Okay.
But no, that would make me happy as well. But yeah, Brock Cody, or if I see some bum win like the
Royal Rumble,
the Battle Royal, like if they come out and they have someone like, listen, no offense, if they have Otis win it, like
you didn't like when Otis caught the briefcase?
I don't care. Like I just he's a comedy act. Yeah. But my pick for that, no one asked me that, by the way. Ahem. I'm going to pick a surprise, Mr. Chad Gable. I think Chad Gable can win the Battle Royal. Because, yes, I love his athletic ability. I love him on the mic because he can win a crowd over. He's
been very entertaining.
Yeah, he's good at it. But I think that, if they have a bum win like that, especially when you got guys like LA Knight or Chad Gable, these very talented people in that match, and you don't have
Akira Tozawa wins.
Yeah. Or one of the right Raiders.
I'm literally going to turn off pay-per-view and just be like, I can't. Anyway, I'm done.
Remember him running around for the champion, the 24/7?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Like, it just...
Whatever happened to R-Truth?
I don't know.
The 24/7 champion?
Then they retired the title.
No. Did they retire him with the title?
No.
That's like when they put Jamie Noble as European champion. Like he's the tiniest little dude, and he's a redneck, and no one cared for him. And now he's just and by the way, how is he a bouncer or a security guard for like the administration? When he comes out, this dude is the smallest guy, and I'm like, what is he gonna stop? Why is he here?
It's the same way that Pat Patterson and Gerald Briscoe used to do.
Listen, no, at least, but they're bigger though. Patterson and Briscoe.
Gerald Briscoe?
They were taller and bigger, dude. Jamie Noble is tiny.
Yeah,
he is tiny. It's bad. But
West Virginia redneck.
Oh my god.
For me, you know what it is. You know what it is for
redneck
me. Drew winning, Drew losing. Up, low. Ruins the pay-per-view for me.
That's it. Drew winning, Drew losing. Gotcha.
Yes, enough is enough. What did you bring it back for?
So if the German wins, you're out.
I won't watch Raw for a month.
Wait, might be a good thing. I'll come on the next episode after
that. Great show.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for this week's No Holds Barred. Thank you guys so much for coming, joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, FinTalk Sports Network. Mr. Michael Vogel, go ahead and plug yourself.
At FinFan72 on, is it still Twitter or is it X now? I don't know.
X,
I guess
Twitter.
X, I guess. On
Mr. Dave Stager
app.
It is at Steak and Cheese, which I have on the screen below. I believe I changed. I don't know if I did or not. I don't know if I changed my profile picture to a Sasquatch picture, so it might be Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. I had it on there for a while because of the beard. Me and him match. But just Alex, listen. If there's too many Dolphins fans on the show at one time, it's too much rotten tuna. I'm just letting you know.
It's okay. That's why, look, we got Texans fan, Packers fan, and 2 Dolphins fans.
So steak covered with tuna and cheese. Great.
And you have your show tomorrow or no?
Yeah, we're going to try. So it's not confirmed yet. We're going to try because I have night shift tomorrow.
Okay.
Brett is at least going to host it, I believe, if I can't make it or if I can try and show up late because I do have work at night shift.
I need at least 23 hours notice.
I'll just let Bobby know.
Evan, go ahead and plug yourself.
You can plug myself again. You saw me earlier, the Return of the Fins bandwagon. Hopefully Vogel will stop by once in a while.
I will.
You'll catch me there on Thursday night. You'll catch me producing No Holds Bar, Fins bandwagon, the Foo Bar Show. You'll catch me all throughout the network. Find me at Fins Pause on X Twitter, and I'll be here.
Yeah. All right. You can follow me at.
I'll be here typing.
He'll be banging on the keyboard. At AlexBB29, but more importantly, follow our podcast page at capital N, capital H, capital B, that Bard Podcast, or capital NH Bard Podcast. My co-host, Mr. Alfred Matthews, couldn't make it on tonight, but that's okay. I think he's A_Matthews713. Subscribe to FinTalk Sports Network. Gentlemen, I don't know what's going to happen this weekend. I expect an amazing show. It's going to be crazy. But with that, we will see everybody next week, probably for a recap episode. You are more than welcome to come back on if you want to. Absolutely. You're welcome here anytime you want.
I have full veto power. I'm producer. I can show up whenever I want.
There we go. Evan will be banging his keyboard in the background. So with that, everyone, have a good night. Stay safe. Have a good SummerSlam weekend, everybody.
She wins the title.